Assalamu alaikum. A very good morning, dear all students. I hope you all are fine. Yes, today we are going to do the written work of Prophet Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam, as we have discussed in the previous lesson about the reading of the pages from 40 to 44, and now we are going to reinforce the topic to the written work. So let's get started over today's lesson. Yes, in the previous lesson, we have discussed from the reading about the brief introduction of Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam, as you know about, and the Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam was the son of the Prophet Hazrat Daud al Islam, and Hazrat Daud al Islam was also the Prophet. He was born at the place Jerusalem, and he was revealed, and he got the divine book Zabur, Hazrat Daud al Islam. So his Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam's mother name was Bacha, and he Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam was born in Jerusalem. As I told you, that was a very sacred and holy place in the ancient time, and it's near to the Palestine, and it also having the Masjid Aqsa. So Allah had bestowed him Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam the prophethood and the knowledge and the wisdom and also the great kingdom to our great empire to him. So he ruled on a very unique kingdom which was started from originated from Egypt to rivers Euphrates rivers in Iraq as well. So that was the very vast and the great kingdom or empire of Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam. That was about we have discussed about the great empire of Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam, and we have also discussed some very special gifts that had been a gift mean the blessings or things had been given to the Prophet Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That was that he ruled over Hazrat he ruled over human beings, jinns and all the creations of Allah Almighty, and all the creation were all not only no, were not only he was ruling but also obeyed them just because of Allah's command. And he knew all the languages of all animals and birds. He knew the language, and he also made the ships laden with gold, silver, ivory, cattle, goats, and many goods. So he was the first person who built ships and discovered routes in seas. He had a very big and large dining mat that was as big as ponds in which food was prepared for communal meals. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also made the wind obedient and subservient to him, that he could cover the 2 months journey in a day from morning to evening, just because of his the fast and intensity and viscosity of the wind that blew and to carry the throne of Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam. And the birds also would spread out their wings to give him the shade, and jinns would run along with him at that time. And all we also discussed in the previous lesson about the palace, that the palace was made of gold and silver bricks, means it had the gold and silver bricks, and its ceiling was also and had a royal throne which was with the precious stones and gems. And on the four corners of the throne there were transparent trees and multicolored lightning rays through its branches. So in trees there were also the nest of sweet scented birds. When he sat on his throne, the birds would spread out their wings to fill the air with fragrance. Then we have discussed about the construction of Masjid Aqsa, which was a construction of Masjid Aqsa. That was how did the Hazrat Sulaiman Islam construct the Masjid Aqsa, that he commanded jinns to carry all kinds of and beautiful marble and stones for from the long distances to use for its construction. That was very wide, and it took 7 years to complete the construction of Masjid Aqsa because because it was too wide and long, that it was 784 yards long and 455 yards wide. And in its construction, the animals were also involved in the construction of splendid masjid. The elephants and camels were working in the construction of Masjid Aqsa. Then we have discussed about the Queen Bilqis, that story of Queen Bilqis and the story of the people of Sabah that worshipped sun. The people of Sabah means the people of Sabah were at that time they were worshipping sun, not worship. They had not worshipped Allah Subhanahu wa Taala at that time. So in the court, that one bird was missing when Hazrat Sulaiman was addressing or have made the court. Then who was missing, which word was missing at that time. Woodpecker was not there because he was not there just because of collecting the news and about the kingdom of Saba, because Queen Bilqis were ruling over there. And then the Prophet Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam decided to invite her to accept that true religion of Allah Almighty. Then what happened? When she read the letter of Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam, she decided to and she gave the gifts to him. But the Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam returned them back. And by looking or seeing this, the Queen Bilqis was astonished or surprised by the reaction. So she decided to meet Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam and to left her kingdom as well. So when he got this news, then this news also sent to Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam by the bird, and he told all the things. So Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam then decided to just to took away that the throne of our Queen Bilqis in his palace before she arrived or reached there. On this order, upon hearing this, one of his ministers, Asif bin Bakhriya, said that he could be able or he could get it within the blink of an eye, and he had done that, and he took that throne in within a blink of an eye, just because of belief of in the book of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, and because of the faith and belief in Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. That's why it happened. So when the Queen Bilqis entered in the palace, because the palace was so beautiful, as we have already discussed about the palace of Hazrat Sulaiman, that was a grand palace built by gents and human beings. So when she entered in the palace, she had to cross the courtyard. And what was the specialty of the uniqueness of the courtyard? That was courtyard had a transparent glass, and underneath a water flow, and that looked like that water was flowing in the courtyard. So Queen Bilqis entered the courtyard, and she quickly raised up her dress just because of the water. She felt that the water is there, but she realized that it's not the water; it's just of due to the glass floor. But she was impressed, and she was also impressed when she saw her heavy throne had been brought there even before she arrived from 1,000 miles of away. So she was very impressed and surprised and shocked to look at her throne in the palace of Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam, and then she accepted Islam and that invitation. Then we have also discussed about the death of Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam. How did it happen? That Hazrat Sulaiman was also busy in constructing. in construction of a building, and he was standing with a wooden stick just to check the progress of the work. During that standing, or during that watching, he passed away. Means got he a standing in a standing position. So for a year, no one knew that he had been passed away. So when a woodworm or termite ate up that wooden stick or staff, it broke down and he fell on the ground. So then everyone and the jinns get got it knew that he had been passed away. So that was all the thing. The previous lesson we have discussed, I had gave you the summary or recap of the lesson. Then we will do the written task. Yes, now come to the written work. First of all, you have to write the date, classwork, and day. As you know that how to write the day, date, and classwork. You will write the classwork, date, classwork, and day, and then you will write the topic Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam, and then you will write the question number one, which is where was Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam born? What was the name of his parents? As you know well, how to write the answer, you will write in proper form, in proper sentences. Okay, no, you will not write in points as I have given here. You will write in proper sentences. Yes, where was Hazrat Sulaiman al-Islam born, and what was the name of his parents? As you know, Jerusalem was the place where Hazrat Sulaiman was born, and his father name was Hazrat Dawood al-Islam, and his mother name was Batsha. Yes, now the question number two is, you will write the question number two, narrate how Queen Bilqis accepted Islam. It's a very easy question. We have discussed it in detail. Hazrat Sulaiman al-Islam, how did he invite her? That he gave or sent a letter for the invitation of the religion of Islam, or religion to the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in the return, after reading the letter, she gave some gifts to Hazrat Sulaiman al-Islam, but Hazrat Sulaiman al-Islam returned them back, and then she decided to meet him at his palace. So she met to Hazrat Sulaiman al-Islam in his palace, and she saw the throne there also, and she was very astonished or impressed or shocked or amazed by looking at his heavy throne that was already there before her arrival in the palace of Hazrat Sulaiman al-Islam. So she accepted Islam. I have given here the points. You can get the help from there, but you will write in the proper sentences in proper paragraph. You will write a paragraph means you will write the proper answer. Don't write only one two sentences. You will write the whole incident that I have told you. I have given you points here. You will write in proper sentences and proper paragraph. Yes, now the question number three is, what is the question number three? Question number three is, how did Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam die? It's also very easy. We have already discussed it, that at the time of construction he was busy, or he was standing with the help of a wooden stick, to check the progress of the gens. At that time, he passed away in a standing position. A year, no one knew about his death. Even the gents who always proclaim or also claim that they knew the unknown or unseen things, but they didn't know about the death of Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam. Then a termite ate up the wooden stick, and it broke down, and Hazrat Sulaiman Islam fell down on the ground. Then the jinns had made it known to everyone that Hazrat Sulaiman Islam had passed away. That was the and that's how the Prophet Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam died. So these are three questions for your classwork. This is your classwork. I hope you understood the classwork, how you have to attempt or how you have to write the answer of these questions. Yes, now come to the homework question. It's very easy question. You will write down any five of the special gifts given by Allah to Hazrat Sulaiman al Islam in your own words. You can get the help from the book, page number 40 to 41. It's from page number 40 to 41. But you will just write only five special gifts or that had been given to Hazrat Sulaiman Islam. It's very easy question. I have already discussed it, and I hope you have understood the lesson very clearly. So it's all from my side. I'll see you in the next lesson. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Have a nice day.